What about the moderators?
I thought it was a great.
Former President Donald Trump is here in the spin room. Whenever there's an audience, we know that the former president likes to be part of it, so he has essentially taken over. And there is a scramble here on the spin room floor. Let's go to Jay O'Brien. I think you're right there in the middle of it. Jay, what's going on?
Wait, Donald Trump has just walked into the spin room here. He's walking here. Mr. Trump, we're live on ABC News here, sir.
Mr. Trump.
Mr. Trump. I think he's about to talk. Wait, here we go.
So we thought it was our best debate ever. It was my best debate ever, I think. And it was very interesting. It showed how weak they are, how pathetic they are, and what they're doing to destroy our country and the border with foreign trade, with everything. And I think it was the best debate I've ever personally that I've had. We're getting polls that show 92 to 6, 88 to 11. We're having a lot of great polls that just came out. They're polls, I guess, phone polls and lots of other polls, but you see the polls. A very important debate. Now, she wants to do another one because she got beaten tonight, but I don't know if we're going to do another one. I wouldn't mind.
Did she get into your head tonight, sir?
The polls are indicating that we got 90%, 60%, 72%, 71%, and 89%. So the polls are very good. But beyond the polls, I felt very good. I had a good time doing it. I hate to speak about our country so negatively, but that's what happened. They've ruined our country. They've destroyed our country. So I hope you're all having a good time. But it was a very interesting evening. Yeah, go ahead.
So confident you won tonight. Why are you here? Why not let the performance speak for itself?
Well, I think it did. But people said, would I come here? And I made an obligation to a couple of people that I'm going to do their show. But it was I thought it was a great night.
Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President, Mr. President, you talked to...
I have no idea.
Mr. President, when Republicans are complaining about moderators, does that mean that it wasn't a good night? Were you not prepared?
No, I thought the moderators were very unfair, but it basically was 3-on-1. But I thought they were very unfair, the moderators. Everybody did. But despite that, they're saying that the debate was a big deal.
Were you prepared for that kind of debate?
Yeah, I assume the moderators would be bad because that right there is the worst of all the news networks, in my opinion, and it always has been. Yeah.
Why won't you commit to a second debate with Kamala Harris?
She wants a second debate because she lost tonight very badly. So they immediately called for a second debate because they lost. So we'll, think about that. But she immediately called for a second. Look, we're looking at polls. We're looking at polls. The worst poll that we've had was 71 that I see, 71% to like 24 or 25%. We'll look at it.
All right, Whit. So if you still have me, he's walked a little bit away from our camera. Now he's at the edge there. You won't be able to hear.
Over here. Mr. President, would you over here, Mr. President? That's something to yourself. 92% in our direction. So I thought it was a great debate. Mr. President.
What about black voters? What about black voters, Mr. President? What do you think black voters?
I love black voters. I love them, and they love me too.
Mr. President.
Black men, Mr. President, what are the numbers for black
Oh, yeah,
voters?
it's true. You take a look at it. No,
It's nonsense. The local authorities say it.
Well, you could check it out. Check with the authorities.
Mr. President, do you want Ukraine to lose the war?
I really don't know. I really don't know. I just say, all I do is say the truth. I say the truth. If I lose votes or gain votes, I don't care. But this was my best debate. I thought it was very good. I thought she was very weak on foreign policy. She was very weak on the border. and I'm very happy
Well,
with it.
Mr. President, why are you and J.D. Vance not on the same page about an abortion ban?
By the moderators. Kamala Harris.
One step back. Everybody's got to step back. Everybody's got to step back. Step back, please. Everybody step back.
Step back. Back. Everybody got to step back. Everybody got to step back.
We have a stance anymore. You're on the wrong side here.
Step back.
Step back. We got to pull it off.
On the abortion ban? All right. President, don't go! Okay.
Oh boy.
I'm hearing this. Get me where I need to be.
Where does Garrett need to go now?
I got the second. Because I'm like,
I don't know how he's going to do if he gets sandwiched, and he actually did really well.
Chris, I'll talk to you.
Anything on Taylor Swift?
Oh, God, please.
I had to ask.
Wait, Beyonce's
President, hey, when you concede the election, if you lose the vote, am I right?
He's on the other side.
Gotta stay behind the curtain.
Okay, I'm coming back.
Please, don't believe that. He knows my face for 4 years. You? I knew it. Josh, just
You okay? That was a valiant effort. I told you he was going to come. I told you.
They tried the girl with the fat.
That guy's named Gates. I see Matt Gates.
Kamala Harris.
Are Haitians the only immigrants coming to America?
Well, President Biden was comatose, so that was a principal distinction. But I think in both circumstances, President Trump was able to sharpen his message on inflation, on the border, on crime, and on what we see going on in the world. I think President Trump was really strong on the foreign policy segment of this debate when he talked about Israel being invaded, Ukraine being invaded, our own country being invaded, and those things having not happened during his time in office.
Donald Trump said in education, so how are we going to ensure, if that happens, to standardize education and make sure the students leave?
Well, I don't know that meeting students' needs always requires standardization. Frankly, I have a vision for education that aligns with President Trump's, where we have 50 different laboratories working on sound education policy, unlocking the potential of school choice. The Department of Education is a big old building in Washington, D.C. that educates no children, that creates a lot of paperwork for our teachers and for our administrators. And frankly, if we reduce that down to the smallest footprint and devolved a lot of that power to the states, then best practices would emerge and they would be copied, and we would see rising student achievement.
Sir,
yeah, I love when liberals make our art and our music and conservatives make our law and our policy.
Congressman, what in tonight's message from Donald Trump to appeal to undecided voters?
Yeah, his message to undecided voters is that he will stop the high prices. He will stop the border invasion. He will stop World War III from breaking out all over the globe. And he will create a greater sense of safety in this country. People don't feel safe in a lot of our major cities, even in small towns right now. And I think he provided that path to change that a lot of the American people are looking for. You get more of the same with Harris, more of the failed Biden policies, more of the high prices, more of the border invasion.
Should President Trump debate again with Kamala Harris?
Well, the American people are frustrated and angry. Like, if you believe the vice president's theory of the case, everything is awesome. We should just continue Bidenomics. She's the one who says Bidenomics are working. The reality is President Trump is frustrated and he is angry because he sees our fellow Americans getting killed by migrant crime. He sees people unable to afford life and having to turn to credit cards with higher interest rates because of a massive national debt. And when you look at the tax and spend policies that Biden has embraced, that Harris has voted for, they have directly led to a lot of this suffering for our fellow Americans. I think it's something that we should be angry about.
Should you get a second debate?
Yeah, we're excited about a second debate. President Trump is looking forward to putting out his vision anytime, any place, anywhere. And by the way, President Trump does interviews. He was just in the spin room with all of you. He goes out on the trail. He does long form interviews. Kamala Harris has been in bubble wrap. Since she's been the nominee, this was the first chance for that bubble wrap to be popped, and I think she was exposed for someone who's for higher prices, for an open border, and for the very policies that have caused chaos to erupt in Europe, in the Middle East, and even here in North America.
Okay, I think we're good.
Well, I think migrant crime.
Because it just reinforces that she's part of the establishment. So when you have wealthy corporate journalists, they clearly siding with and trying to help the incumbent administration, it just reinforces that she's part of the swamp, part of the system, part of everything. So that optic actually plays very well for us. To me, the most important thing is that we see from all the polls what are the two issues that voters care the most about. And nobody disputes this, by the way: immigration and the economy. All night long, President Trump kept going back to two issues: immigration and the economy. With the economy specifically, with inflation. So if you're watching at home, what do you see all night? You see him talking about issues that you and your family care about. She's bringing up like Central Park 5, like real estate deals from the 70s, right? All kinds of obscure things that literally nobody cares about, no voters caring about. And President Trump is talking about the issues that Americans care about and care about deeply. So it's a categorical, huge win. In fact, she did worse, far worse, than any of the Democrat nominees that I can remember debating in recent memory, because of how relentlessly focused she was on issues that, again, literally no voter cares about. And if, by the way, if you want to argue that voters care about Central Park 5, if you want to argue that's a big issue that voters care about, you obviously wouldn't, because clearly this is not the case.
Does voters worry about abortion, for example?
What? Sorry, what? Who are you with?
TN24, Latin American News Station.
Yeah. Well, I want to mainly talk to voters in America tonight, but but President Trump did a great job talking about how her agenda is a disaster for Americans who care about inflation, who care about the border, who care about the cost of living, who care about public safety. And if you have viewers in the United States who are Latin American, he talked a lot about how the economy is a disaster for Latin Americans and how it's a disaster for African Americans. How he delivered a great economy for Hispanics. He delivered a great economy for African Americans. And of course, she's been a disaster for minorities in this country.
Can you tell us what you thought about Vice President, how she spoke about her record on the border?
That's the thing, she didn't though, right? She didn't talk about her record on the border at all. She was constantly evasive the whole night. And when Americans are watching this at home, and they hear him bring up the border, and they see David Muir say, move on, don't talk about that, and they hear Kamala Harris try and change the subject and say, don't talk about that, they're saying, this is affecting my life, this is affecting my community, this is affecting my standard of living. Why are all these people so desperate to change the subject away from immigration and the border? Again, there are two issues that are going to decide this race, economy and immigration. What did President Trump talk about tonight? Economy and immigration.
And also the idea of deportation, mass deportation came up. What did you make of President Trump's statements? How do you think that will play?
I think it's a CBS poll. It was the CBS poll that showed 2/3 of Americans support mass deportation. I know at least some of you have seen that poll. You've seen it. 2/3 of Americans support mass deportation, including a majority of Latin Americans, Latino Americans, sorry, support mass deportation. And so this is a hugely popular issue, and the poll is even higher for mass deportation in swing states.
Do you think there will be a second debate?
Well, all I can say is President Trump, as you remember, proposed 3 debates, and she agreed to one of the 3, right? He proposed 3 debates. The first one being Fox, which of course she refused to do. The second one being ABC. I forget where the third one was with. But he proposed 3. So the next move is on Harris.
I think we're good.
All right, I think we're wrapping up here. Let's see. We got it. We got Chip here at the very beginning, right?
You see him?
At the,
Yeah.
Now we look ahead to the vice presidential debate. It's been
No, I know. I
she's got momentum and moving her back.
Just have one last question, Governor. We heard a lot about a contrast with Trump. We did hear something new from the Vice President tonight. She said, I'm not Joe Biden. In what way is she not Joe Biden, outside of, physically not being Joe Biden? Because her policies largely are the same as Joe Biden. So why did she say that? What does she mean?
Everybody has a different approach to leadership, and she is clearly not Joe Biden, as you pointed out in your question. She's laying out her vision, she's laying out her plans, her demeanor, her approach to leadership. Every leader is different, and just because Joe Biden and Kamala Harris agree on an issue doesn't make her Joe Biden. It makes her Kamala Harris. And I thought she was a damn good Kamala Harris tonight, and she's going to be a damn good president.
Can you give us one area, though, where she's different?
Come over here
today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Was her answer satisfactory?
Yeah, listen, I'm an all-of-the-above energy governor. I understand the critical role natural gas plays in job creation, in our economy, and also in helping us transition to cleaner sources of energy here in Pennsylvania. What I heard was the answer of an all-of-the-above would-be president of the United States. She understands how important it is to Pennsylvania. I'm confident it'll continue on her watch.
Governor,
we got one or two more on there. We get
Governor.
Governor.
Hi.
Vice President had spoken
Your
about.
thoughts, I know, on the Taylor Swift endorsement, how that will impact.
Big time. Come on. Listen, I'm still in my speak now era right now, and I got to tell you, her speaking out is a big darn deal. Why a missing zone? Berks County's own, Pennsylvania's own Taylor Swift That's a huge endorsement.
Governor,
Huge.
do you think that you can deliver this state for Kamala Harris? We know it's a razor-thin margin.
I think Kamala Harris can deliver this state for Kamala Harris, and she's going to continue to do everything in her power to show up as much as she can. I'm confident she'll be here a lot. I know she's going to be in Pennsylvania. I think actually maybe literally every day this week, if come to think about it.
Was her answer about fracking sufficient?
As I said a moment ago, I'm an all-of-the-above energy governor. I understand just how important natural gas is to jobs and the economy in our state. We're producing more energy than ever before here in Pennsylvania, and natural gas plays an important role in that. That strengthens our economy. It strengthens our national security. And what I heard from Kamala Harris is she wants to be an all-of-the-above energy president, and I think that's really good news for Pennsylvania.
You're confident that she'll win
Yes.
Pennsylvania?
No. I thought you were asking me about natural gas. Sorry. Ask me your question.
You're confident that she'll win Pennsylvania?
Listen, every election here in Pennsylvania is close. She has the wind at her back. She's moving in the right direction. She's showing up. She's letting the voters here kind of kick the tires and ask the questions. And I'd certainly rather be her than him right now.
Thank you, guys. We got one more and then we got to run.
What gaps do you think were left tonight still for Pennsylvania voters?
Look, I think she did a great job prosecuting the case against Donald Trump and laying out her vision here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and for the country. Thank you.
President's emphasis on Israel.
I don't know. She has a plan for it.
Is that him again?
Nie rób tam do jazdu.
Sorry. Hey, Kevin, there's Tulsi's to the left, facing Trump to the left. Tulsi is over here, basically alone. Kevin, Tulsi.
Not a single one. And this is not offensive to Donald Trump. This is offensive to the American people who have the right to hear from someone who is asking them for their trust and their vote. And she's shining them on.
Thank you, Congresswoman.
Thank you very much. All right.
Sorry. I'm just going to get that around.
You got it.
Super sick, like he needed to.
Nobody else.
Sorry, I'm not going to
Just keep calling it.
Hey, I'm coming back to you. Trying.
Nice job, guys. Nice job, everyone.
Where are you?
Okay, I just want to have.
I'm in front of the Fox. Oh, Kevin, there you are. I'm in front of the Fox News. All right. I mean, I think we might be. Yeah, let's. We got Republicans.
Do you want to reach out and see if?
Yeah. So.
It's unbelievable. They said CBS or us.
Nobody else got that.
I need to start. Yeah, I was gonna say, at what point do I start writing? Yeah.
Look, one of the things that she has always said about him, and he deeply believes about him, is that for him it's all about himself. Yeah, I can talk to David or.
You asked the question.
You're awesome.
Over here. Over here. Over there.
Hey, I'm Zach Sugar.
Oh, hey.
Trump has left the building.
We can now project the winner of the presidential race. Donald Trump wins the presidency. What started off as unlikely, impossible, is now reality.
I will fight for you with every breath in my body, and I will never, ever let you down.
We have a president who actually fulfilled the promises he made during the campaign. From securing the border to foreign policy.
He now has a record as president that's pretty damn impressive.
Breaking news out of Palm Beach,
The FBI has executed an unprecedented search warrant at President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. The former president has both sides of the political aisle up in arms.
This is a dangerous and unstable moment in American history.
The Justice Department has just indicted former President Donald Trump.
For 7 years, they hated him, they targeted him, they hunted him.
This is the epitome of the abuse of the prosecutorial power to preempt political decisions.
I never thought anything like this could happen in America. The only crime that I have committed is to fearlessly defend our nation from those who seek to destroy it. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. They want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedom. They want to silence me because I will never let them silence you. They're not coming after me, they're coming after you, and I just happen to be standing in their way, and I will never be moving. On November 5th, 2024, justice will be done. We will take back our country, and we will make America great again. America will always rise to every challenge and overcome every danger.
Donald Trump seems to always get stronger when challenged. These types of things, I think, give him strength.
When I'm reelected, I will totally obliterate the deep state. As long as we have pride in our beliefs, courage in our convictions, and faith in our God, then we will not fail.